As a result of overall budget reductions, the State Museum was closed to the public on Sundays since January 2011.
And cliff jumping is just another reason why this local hotspot is making such a splash in the Catskills.
And with all the renovations, the new washing machines will be able to hold 2 times the amount of clothes. Although people are sprinting to their seats right now, they'll be hopping over to the new beer garden later. And now you can simply select the desired amount you want on the card, scan the barcode, and no waiting in lines, waiting for change, or credit card processing. And this payphone on the corner of Madison and Lark is one of the only remaining ones in Albany. So girls under the age of 18 will be jumping into these beds for the next 30 days before the law is put into place. And this cafe got its unique name because, well, the floors really are slanted. And after almost 20 years, this swing set is one of the many things that are being taken out of the park after renovations. For the last 13 years, the Adirondack Pub and Brewery on Lake George's Canada Street has been producing about 700 barrels of beer a year. But because of its growing audience, this number is about to change in a big way.
We were pretty much maxed out last summer. We could keep up, but it was tough. It was brewing around the clock, all the time. Fermenters were always full.
Owner John Carr decided to break ground last fall and install another 60-barrel production tank, while adding almost 4,000 square feet to keep up with the high demand for their signature brews.
We about quadrupled in size, and we have 380 barrels of fermenting capacity now compared to 60 barrels that we had, so it's a huge expansion.
So we have a lot of fermentation space and a lot of space to carbonate beer. We have our whole new bottling line upstairs, so we're moving a lot more beer faster.
A new agreement with Decrescenti Distributing, along with the extension to the building itself, now makes it available for the first time to bottle, box, and sell the beers right on site.
We used to move beer about a mile across town in a big truck and bottle it off-site. And so now we have everything in one building, makes things a little easier.
Already being able to distribute to 11 counties with Decrescenti, Adirondack recently announced a partnership with High Peaks Distributing, which allows them to spread farther north into the area from which they got their name. But even with all this new exposure that this little brew pub is getting, will that keep them from saying cheers to new expansions in the future?
Right now we're probably going to try to, work in here for a while, expand our distribution more.
Many people can already find Adirondack brews as far south as Greene County and up north into the Saranac region. More expansions are already said to start in 2013. In Lake George, I'm Damia Hajnoczi, NSRT News. Well, I'm glad it was beautiful weather earlier this week when I decided to test my waters in the Catskills. I visited Hunter Mountain and asked the locals where they like to go to get refreshed on hot summer days. A lot of them had the exact same answer. Take a look. The Cove is a secluded swimming hole located off the side of a narrow, winding road which heads to the top of a mountain. For tourists, finding this place can be a steep challenge, so I had some of the locals bring me there to show me the ropes. A lot of them can't even remember how they got there their first time.
I think just a bunch of friends were coming here, and I just went along with them one day and then kept coming here.
After hopping a guardrail and shuffling down the side of a mountain, we arrived at the scene where waterfalls, a rope swing, and huge rocks caught my attention. There were people of all ages tanning, swimming, and just relaxing in this peaceful part of the woods.
And cliff jumping is just another reason why this local hotspot is making such a splash in the Catskills.
The jumping, the cliff jumping, and doing flips and stuff like that, and just hanging out with everyone. There's usually a lot of people here. It's a nice place to chill out.
After chilling out though, make sure to save enough energy to get back to the car. It's another steep climb back out, but is totally worth it.
Sunshine, blue skies, small cliffs, good water, good people.
That trip was such a blast, and another person having a lot of fun this week is EJ Giacomini, who visited Giants training camp earlier this week. Stay tuned for sports next. Welcome to the New 16. I'm Damia Hajnoczi, and here's what's making news in the Capital Region. An additional charge may be filed against 15-year-old Matt Phelps, the town of Florida resident who's accused of shooting and killing 2 boys. The bodies of 13-year-old Jonathan DeJesus and 16-year-old Anthony Braismeister were found in a field near Snooks Corners Road in Florida last week. Montgomery County District Attorney James Convoy said Phelps will be prosecuted as an adult, and the prosecution may seek an additional charge of second-degree murder as the investigation continues. Hannaford is alerting consumers that nearly 30,000 pounds of car-grilled beef have been recalled. The 85% lean ground beef was produced at the Car Grill plant in Maine and sold to Hannaford retailers in states throughout the Northeast, including New York. Consumers should check the use by or sell by date on beef packages between May 29th and June 16th. Refunds will be offered for returned beef. Additional information can be found at the U.S. Department of Agriculture website at www.usda.gov. This week, Governor Cuomo made it tougher for teenagers to get a tan, indoors anyway. Beginning next month, tanning beds are off limits to teenagers 17 years old and younger without parental consent. Currently, there are no restrictions for anyone 14 and up, but the new law aims to protect teens from UV radiation and the increased risk of skin cancer. This law will go into effect in 30 days. The New York Giants are back in gear, but they're not the only ones gearing up for training camp. Last year's NFL lockout kept Big Blue from coming to Albany, and certain businesses near campus experienced a 15% drop in summer sales. But this year, local restaurants and bars are looking forward to a busy 3 weeks. You can check out the Super Bowl champions at UAlbany through August 14th, with practices starting each day at 1 o'clock. Dunkin' Donuts launched its first mobile pay app, which allows customers to simply flash a smartphone. Coffee drinkers can now store and purchase cards on their iPhones and Androids and add money to the virtual cards, same as plastic ones. But instead of handling a physical card to cashiers, users pull up a barcode for the cashier to scan. The app's expected to speed up lines because users won't have to wait for change or credit card processing. Thanks for watching. I'm Damia Hajnoczi. Have a great day.